did the birth go exactly according to plan? No.
Are we happy with it?
Yeah.
No one else can do. That's why I'm spend my life with you. I wanna please you any way I can. I wanna share my world. Don't you understand? Your love is no one in a million.
What's up, TK gang? It's your girl Keilyn.
It's your boy Tray.
And we are back with another video finally.
It's about time.
I know. Anyways, today we are going to be doing pretty much a life update video plus our labor and delivery. So yeah, let's get this video started because I'm ready.
I look a little different from the last video. You feel me? My cheekbones a little hood. You can see the imprint right here. And my teeth a little wider. You feel me? And the hair grew a little bit. Ooh, I'm still ashy.
That ain't changed. Okay, anyways. So I guess for the life update, what was we moved in. That was the last thing y'all saw was us moving in. So we're officially moved in. You would wake up when we record. Okay, so we're officially moved in. We have furniture, as y'all can see. We're in the living room. We're sitting on the couch. So we are going to do an updated house tour for you guys now that it's furnished. We can show you guys the nursery finally. We can show you a full house tour video because everything is pretty much fully furnished for the most part. So that's coming soon. Be on the lookout for that. What else has happened? We had our baby shower October 8th.
We had our baby November 8th.
Yep, we had our baby November 8th. We did our maternity pictures September 27th. Yep. We got them back. If y'all are following us on our Instagram, y'all have already seen them. If not, what are y'all doing? Follow us on our Instagram. It'll be on the screen for you. Also, we had a viral video on TikTok. It hit 1.1 million views. Crazy.
Was it this hoodie? It was this hoodie.
Follow us on our TikTok. What else? I think we just been, after that, we haven't done anything. So yeah, on to the labor and delivery part now. It's crazy. Kaiser is officially a month and a week old. Are you a month and a week now? I think he's a month and a week. So yeah, we've just been kind of chilling with that.
Was it 30 or 31?
In November, I think it was 31.
So he a month, a week, and a day. Because there's always only 30 months in a day. We don't count that.
30 days in a month.
Wow.
But yeah, he's officially a month and a week old. Let's see, we've had like how many doctor's appointments? A lot.
This man, I know you ain't hungry.
Yes, he is. He always hungry. We had him
in a NICU.
Yeah, okay, so here is the labor and delivery story. So we got to the hospital. So how it happened was Trey took off of work and was like, we about to walk this baby out November 7th. So we ended up walking to a park around here, or not walking, we drove to the park around here and walked like 5 laps. And in 30 minutes. And I guess that started it because after like, I want to say around 4 or 5 o'clock, the contractions was they were just starting. And when they started, they didn't stop. But they weren't bad at first. Like, I could deal with them. I was like, oh, there's a contraction. And I timed all my contractions on the contraction timer on my phone. And from 4 to like 11, they were fine. 4 p.m. to 11 p.m., they were fine. When it hit 12, I'm like, I was telling Trey I was having contractions all while I was having them. So he's like, okay, I'm not gonna go to sleep. The minute he went to sleep, them contractions were so bad. I'm like, babe, I think it's time to go. The app is telling me I need to go to the hospital. So we go to the hospital at 1 a.m. on November 7th. I get admitted.
You okay?
I get admitted, And then all of a sudden, it's like 2 or 3. They have me in like the triage room. They moved me up from triage because my contractions when I got to the hospital were already like 2 to 3 minutes apart. So they had me admitted, and I was only like 2 centimeters dilated. I was 2 centimeters dilated. So I was in triage, and then they finally moved me to our permanent room. When we got there, because it was so early in the morning, nobody was there. So I end up going, and we go to our room.
I think he was the only one born on his day at our hospital.
Yeah, he was the only one born on November 8th at our hospital. So we go, and pretty much for me, it's kind of like, it was kind of a blur. I don't know, like, after we got set up in the triage, in our actual room, Trey went to go get the bags from the car, and then we tried to get some sleep. For me, the contractions were like mild to moderate at that point, so I was able to get a little bit of sleep, but them contractions woke me up, boy.
We should have brought the birth plan, so we'd be like, this was the plan.
Oh yeah, we had a birth plan, but I advise any mama it's a plan. It's a plan. It is advisory. It is not gonna always go according to that birth plan, because nothing went according to the birth plan. Like, everything was a complete opposite. Even skin to skin. Like, everything was complete opposite. So
I ain't even get to do it.
That's crazy.
My material different from you. That's not crazy. I just don't want to mess up my gloves.
You have on the shirt underneath. That's the same. That's a softer material. That's crazy.
You ain't got a good body.
Anyways.
Sight out of mind.
So, we gave them our birth plan, and nothing went according to plan. So we went to sleep, because it was like, by the time we actually got settled, it was like maybe 4 in the morning. Don't put them on him. You gonna get him a headache and all that. But stop. But we went to bed at like 4 o'clock in the morning. So the next day, my OB comes in, and it's like around 7 a.m. and she asked me if I wanted to break my water, because my water hadn't broke yet. So by this point, it's the 8th. Nope, sorry, it's the 7th. It's still the 7th.
I thought we should have waited just a little bit longer.
I know. I really wanted to, but I don't know. So she asked me if she could break my water. It was like 7:58 in the morning, and I was like, you know what? Go ahead. So after
I was asleep, so I woke up and she said, they broke my water. What?
Yeah. Well, I did try to wake him up, but it's hard waking Trayvon up.
I don't know.
It's hard waking you up.
It didn't used to be until I got this job. Right?
I never had to wake you up. But yeah. So
actually, scientifically speaking.
Oh my gosh.
Everybody has this, like, you go into a deep sleep, and then you go into a light sleep, and then you go back into the deep sleep, and then you go into a light sleep. Everybody does it. You just probably be catching me at the deep sleep stage instead of the light sleep stage.
He don't have a light sleep stage.
I am a light sleeper. What I need to be.
You should be a light sleeper now that we have a child.
I am.
No, you're not. No. Okay, but so at 7:58 a.m. they broke my water. Mind you, it's still November 7th. So after they broke my water, it was like
you know what, I can't. I'm a deep sleeper. I entered the father stage of life. All fathers are really deep sleepers, and they snore real loud. I ain't used to snore like I used to, or like I do now, right?
Well, that boy be calling hogs.
I'm a father now, so now I got that father snoring. At first it used to be now it's I don't know, what is it?
What you did at first? Nah, it ain't no. But so after that, after they broke my water, I was able to go to sleep, but my contractions were really getting bad. So probably about like 8 or 9 o'clock, that's when they were coming like back to back to back to back. And I could not get relief from them contractions.
So the plan was
no epidural.
So when she felt them back to back, she said, come here.
Well, actually, I waited an hour or two before I did, because I didn't get the epidural till 11 o'clock. So I did 11 hours of just contractions, but I couldn't take no more. So at 11 o'clock, I got that epidural, and you okay? At 11 o'clock, I got the epidural, and that was that. I felt great. I was able to finally go to sleep. It was amazing for me, finally.
We had concerts and everything.
I was in that labor room knocked out. Like, I didn't, they were singing to me, Tray. I woke up to Tray singing Raw Wave to me, but I don't remember. Yeah, I don't remember, like, everything that happened. So after that happened, the doctors kept coming in, the nurses kept coming in, everybody kept coming in to check me. I ended up not being able to dilate all the way because I wanted to do a natural birth.
Yeah, this made me mad, this part right here.
But I wasn't able to dilate all the way. So the first thing, like, one of the doctors said, because it was supposed to be my OB, but because I wanted to labor and I was laboring pretty much all day, my doctor had to go home. So the other doctor came in, and the first thing he wanted to do was, like, he's like, okay, let's push for a C-section. I'm like, no, I don't want a C-section. I want to do a natural delivery. So we waited and waited and waited. And I was pretty much stuck at an 8. And he was like, okay, well, let's try pushing. No, I'm not about to push when I'm only 8 centimeters dilated. Like, for what I heard, you got pushed at 10. So I was just like, even the nurses were just like, I don't agree with that. Like, I don't think you should be pushing at 8 centimeters. So I waited, and my body just would not.
Well, he still made you push.
Yeah, he made me push like once or twice, and it just wasn't happening. So I was like, no, So my body was not able to fully dilate to a 10. So we ended up doing a C-section. And the only reason we ended up doing a C-section is because my temperature has spiked to 100.4. So they were like...
And if you didn't know, the regular temperature is around 98, 97.3. You feel me? Around there. I learned that when I was in like 4th grade.
The body temperature is 98.6.
That's what I said. I said 98, 97.3. Okay, if it's below that, go to the doctor. You feel? So, I used to be a doctor in my dreams.
So my temperature has spiked to 100.4. And he was like, listen, I know you don't want a C-section, but pretty much you need to have a C-section for the simple fact that it could cause an infection. By this time, it was like maybe, 8 or 9 o'clock at night? And my water had been broken since 7:58 in the morning. So I'm thinking that's why, like, I spiked such a high fever, because it was 12 hours. Yeah, it was. That's exactly what he said. Are you just sleepy still? That's exactly what he said. He said, that's a long yawn.
You still smell like a baby.
He's like, he was like, your body temperature, your water has been broken for like 12 hours now, and that could possibly be why my fever was spiking so much. So I ended up going to get a C-section. I was honestly like, stick a minute. I was honestly like so hurt by the fact that I couldn't do it naturally, because like the way he was like just saying it, he was like, your body's not progressing no more. And to me, that was like, dang, the one thing that you're supposed to do naturally, I could not do, because I just couldn't get, my body just wouldn't progress anymore. So it was kind of emotionally, like, for me, I was holding back my tears, but my mom had talked me through it. She was like, listen, my mom, I was about to say you next. She was like, listen, I did a C-section, it's gonna be totally fine, there's nothing wrong with having a C-section. And I never thought that it was. It's just I didn't want to do a C-section. But what really like brought it home for me was the fact that Tray was like, look, at the end of the day, we can make another child. We can't make another you. So he was like, I think you should go ahead and opt for the C-section. Because, well, honestly, y'all, by this time, I really don't remember much of what happened in the labor and delivery room, because I was out of it. And I thought it was just, from lack of sleep. No, it was because my fever had spiked, and my sister was like, your lips turned blue. Like, I didn't know none of this had happened. The only thing I knew is I had chills like crazy. Like, I was so cold. Every time I talked, I remember my lips was just shivering, like shaking. It was bad. Like, it was bad for me. And after that,
Yeah, the pictures didn't want it.
no, they're in the camera. So after that, I was like, you know what? Okay, let's just go ahead and do the C-section. So they will need, like, they got the OR prepped and everything by like 11, 12 o'clock. So that's 23 hours. But he was born at 1:08.
106, 108, I forget, because they look the same. One just got the extra loop. Right. Exactly.
He was born at, are you sure it was 08? I thought it was 06. He was born at 1:08 or like he said, 1:06 or 1:08 in the morning on November 8th. So
I can't remember what time it was. It was too early.
He was born literally on his estimated due date, which apparently everybody says is not a common thing. Like, a lot of people say when it's your first time, you go over or you go under, but you never like give birth on the actual day. He made his grand entrance on his birthday. He said, "This is my day." So, when I was on the operating table,
He shared his birthday with one of his cousins.
yeah, when I was
Or two.
one.
Just mine?
Yeah, Christian is the 7th. When I was on the operating table, I really don't remember much. The only thing, like, because they had gave me some other medicine, and it pretty much knocked me out, I'm gonna be honest. The only thing I remember is waking up, and the epidural had wore off. So I remember waking up and feeling them stitching me up, and I'm like, this hurts. And I'm
Hey, yo, is it supposed to be hurt?
yeah, like, I'm over here talking to Trey. I'm like, I feel it. It hurts. So, like, he kept going, and I'm like, this hurts. And by this time I'm like crying because he's like, we almost done. We could be almost done, but somebody better give me some more medicine, because why do I feel you stitching me up right now? And then I skipped the part, but like, so I was in and out of it. But I do remember them taking Kaiser out, and then it should have been okay. I thought it was gonna be okay, but I didn't hear him cry.
Yeah,
and
and they said he's not breathing.
Yeah, and then
Is he breathing is the question.
Yeah, so I had heard them say,
Is he breathing?
And he wasn't. I didn't hear him cry. I didn't hear him nothing. In my head, I'm like, please do not have let me went through this whole pregnancy just for Kaiser not to make it.
I would have cried.
Man, because, like, I don't know.
Cry.
I told Trey, I was like, I don't know. I feel like something's going to happen in the emergency room. And I just kept telling him during my whole pregnancy, I just kept telling him, like, I don't know what's going to happen, but something bad is going to happen. And I was like, either I'm not going to make it out of the hospital or Kaiser not. So for me, in my head, I'm thinking, like, bro, no, this can't be it. But everything ended up turning out okay. He did end up having to go to the NICU. He was in the NICU the entire time we were in the hospital.
The whole week.
Yeah, it was not okay. So we went to the hospital on the 7th, and we didn't leave until the 11th. I was supposed to leave on the 10th, but because Kaiser was still in there,
I thought we left.
We left on the 11th. 11/11 is when we left. I was supposed to leave on the 10th, but because Kaiser was not gone, I was not leaving the hospital without my child. So we stayed an extra day. Mwah. Mwah. Okay, Steve. Okay. But we stayed an extra day, and then yeah. So because Kaiser didn't leave when I was ready to be discharged, I did not leave the hospital. We were like, you know what? We staying until all of us can go home. So we ended up staying the entire time. He had to be in the NICU because he wasn't breathing as well as he could have been. That was what I was told.
This man just licked my finger and left a whole bunch of slobs.
But he wasn't breathing as well as he could have been. So they had him in the NICU for monitoring. That entire time he was in the NICU, we was able to visit him every day, which was really, really good and helpful. Like, he was a big baby. He was 8 pounds, 11 ounces when he was born.
21.25
inches long. So he's a big baby.
I mean, I'm already 22 inches, so you feel me? He gonna be there.
You already 22 inches? Huh? I think you're a little bit taller than 22. Anyway, but yeah, so he's a big baby, so we were able to hold him.
Solid 2, don't even worry about it.
Shut up. We were able to hold him and everything, so that was really good. But he, for the first couple of days, he had lost a little bit of weight, which was normal, but he kept throwing up his entire like bottle that they were feeding him because he was formula fed. I didn't want him to be formula fed. I wanted him to be breastfed. But because
a little bit more weight, see my cheeks.
Because my milk hadn't come in yet, and apparently he was already on 65 milliliters out the womb. Chunky monkey. Yeah, I wasn't able to produce that much milk yet, so they bottle fed him, but he kept throwing it up. So that was my motivation right there, was to get him the milk he needed. So I was like, at first I was kind of stressed out because I was only able to fill up like the little like small syringes full of milk, and it wasn't even being full completely. It was like a little bit. And then they were like, oh yeah, you can go down there when you need to pump, and just being around him should increase your milk supply. So once they told me that, the milk started coming. It went from 30 milliliters. Right, we went. I
tried to latch him on.
Yeah, we did. So we went down there, and the milk started literally coming. Like, it went from me having 30 milliliters to 60 milliliters to 90 milliliters. Like, I was just producing milk for him. And
took him off that formula, sent him home the same day.
The next day.
Same day, because she tried to feed him the formula. Remember, they fed him the rice formula? Mm-hmm. And then it was like, you know what, try to feed him this breast milk, see how you do. Next morning, they were like, you know what, since you pump, we're not going to even try to feed him the formula, give him the breast milk. And then the doctor came in and did his examination.
Right, that was the next day.
Listen to what I'm saying, though. They didn't give him the formula that day.
That full day.
Yeah, they sent him home the same day, because the day before they did give him formula, he was still spitting up a lot.
Yeah, I was just saying, like, when I first started pumping, I wasn't at the end of the story yet. No, I wasn't. You jumped ahead.
I'm sorry. I like diving.
So it literally went from me being able to produce no milk to like 90 milliliters. So my motivation was to get him fed. I was also like coming off of the medicine and everything and the epidural. So literally I had to, whenever we would walk down there, I had to be like either pushed in a wheelchair at first because I had no feeling. And then I had to push the wheelchair myself just in case I got tired. And y'all, when I say my legs were so heavy, when you get an epidural, like, I know that you're supposed to be numb, but I could not. My legs had gotten so swollen. Feet were so swollen. I could not pick my feet up because they were like so heavy. Like, it was rough. But my motivation was to get my son fed, get him milk, and that's exactly what I did. So I made my way down there to that NICU. And Tray like, take your time. And I'm like, nah, we gotta get down there. Like,
I was the one pushing her and, helping her get down there if you was wondering where I was in this story.
Yeah, he was right there by me the whole time. I felt so bad because he had that hard bed to sleep on. And I'm like, you wanna get in the bed with me?
Pause.
It was like a couch.
For all my niggas, my men, for all my men out there who had a baby, for all my significant others out there who had a baby, and you had to sleep on that prison cot in the hospital, I know your pain, man. Next time, I'm bringing the air mattress.
Next time, whoa. Next time, calm down. But,
anytime I'm in the hospital, I ain't sleeping in no chairs. I'm coming prepared. Sir, you can't use. Shut up. You get to go home.
Man. But yeah, so Kay was definitely right there the entire time. Like, it was a nice experience just to have him with me that whole time.
No, I wasn't with you the whole time. I'm not gonna lie to them. I left and came back and left and came back. I was driving and stuff.
Well,
however, I do recommend that be there for your person if they need you. If you gotta run home to get something, run home and get the damn old baby. You feel me? So put your pride to the side. You might be tired too, but she even more tired, you feel me? She pushing. And I'm just eating. So, you feel me?
Yeah.
I did smoke a It was some long nights on the prison cot. I knew I wasn't gonna go to sleep. I knew it. I was gonna be up tossing and turning and probably falling off. That's how small it was. I'm not that big. But that thing wasn't either. You feel me? I couldn't even turn on the side. My back was on the wall, stuck between a rock and a hard place. I cried enough. She ain't know she was asleep. She was high off drugs. I cried.
Don't make it seem like that. Somebody I was high on drugs.
She was a drug addict in there every day.
No, I was
Popping
not.
pills.
No,
I don't care if they were
They were giving me a lot of pills though. Like
It was
I didn't
ibuprofen
even.
pills.
Yeah, it was ibuprofen. I never once asked for them. So like when my healing process after I ended
Well,
up
you
having.
need to take it to avoid the infections and stuff that's happening inside of you.
Well, I know that. I'm just saying, but like my healing process was actually really, really good. So my pain never went past a 3, and it was only a 3 for one day. So Kaiser. So they had every day they would come and ask me like, hey, how are you feeling? What's your pain level? Da 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 da. So literally, I was just like, I don't have any pain, or it was a 0, or it was this, or like it was like a 1 or 2 or 3. But literally,
I was 8 from the bed, my back.
I didn't have no pain. My C-section scar healed really, really well.
They didn't want to give me no type of medicine.
They literally was like giving me. I thought they were.
That's that stuff to make you go to sleep.
I thought they were giving me a lot of like drugs because I didn't feel no pain.
Mezapine. I take some Percocet.
What is wrong with you?
I'm just playing. I don't do drugs. I just smoke marijuana every now and then.
Anyway, I thought they were gonna like
Mezapine.
Trayvon. I thought they were giving me like high drugs, like but they were giving me ibuprofen the entire time, and I'm up walking around. Yeah, no, they just gave me ibuprofen. I'm up walking around thinking everything is like lovely. Everybody's like, "You doing very good for you to be." First of all, I labor for 24 hours. Then after I labored for 24 hours, the next day I couldn't really walk because I was still coming off of the epidural. But after that, after they took the catheter and everything out, I was up walking and strutting my stuff to go to that NICU. And I heard like a lot of the times when Kaiser was down in the NICU, he was crying. Like he wasn't crying, but like his cry is very distinctive. So I was able to know right away when he was crying. And he put himself on a schedule in the hospital because it was like every 2 hours I would go down there to pump. Every 2 hours he was up crying, wanting some milk. Like he put himself on his own feeding schedule.
Yeah, I tried to breastfeed him, but he ain't like mine. I don't know why.
Anyways, but yeah,
I'm still hurt about that. He like you more.
I give him his literal food. It's not that he likes me more. He just knows that I give him his food.
I tried.
I cannot.
Give me a second. Pause the camera.
What is wrong with you?
It's okay, baby.
Anyways, yeah. I'm not gonna lie though. I looking back on it, a lot of my birth, like I don't remember, and it was kind of a little bit traumatic just because like not hearing him cry, and then like them
that's
saying
that one
like
explicit moment I'm never gonna forget.
Yeah.
That's when I started crying. When I'm like, he's not. Well, is he breathing? Or
Yeah,
he's not breathing? I'm like, huh?
Yeah,
and then I heard that. I'm like,
that was the first thing you heard was because I was in and out of it. So like I was out of it when it was like, oh, it's a boy and all this. Or no, I was in it. I heard when it was like it's a boy and they was like, weighing him and getting him together. But then I was like out of it again. And then I woke back up and they were like, he's not breathing. And I'm like, he's not breathing. And then he started crying. And then I was just like, okay. So then I was able to, they rolled me down to to see him before. Can you stop? They rolled me down to see him before I had to go to the recovery room. But like a lot of the labor, I really don't remember because I was so out of it from the dang on drugs, bro.
I remember it all.
How do you feel? Like, what was your feelings towards it?
Toward what? What part of it?
Everything, the whole birth experience.
I mean, I was. It went from happy to being nervous to being scared to being scared and sad to being relieved to being happy.
Yeah. I was a little bit upset because we didn't get to do skin to skin. We didn't get to do the golden hour. We didn't really get to do anything. All of that for us got pushed back until we got home, which I guess made it more intimate, but it was still like, you know, very, very sad that we didn't get to do any of that. But yeah, I don't know. For me, I think it was a bit traumatic just because I didn't like going in and out of it. Like I was telling myself like I need to wake up. Like I remember saying that in my head, like you need to wake up, but I could not wake up. And then I was like telling myself, I'm like, bro, you cannot, like this is not how you gonna die. Like I was telling myself this in my head when I was out of it. I remember thinking all of this, and then when I wake up, my hands are just like spread wide on the bed. It was just, I don't know.
You ain't even hear none of the music I was playing?
I heard the music when I was
Man,
like
I was
when
in
I was in it.
Hey, who the DJ? Well, I brought my own speaker. You feel me? She was like, I want to listen to some chill R&B. You feel me? I was like, I did my research. I put on some SZA, some J. Cole. J. Cole, I was in that too. You feel me? I had to be pleased too. So I put some SZA, some J. Cole, some who else? It was a lot of chill music.
It was like, for what I heard, it was nice. But again, I wasn't awake for the entire procedure. Like, I just literally what I remember is the anesthesiologist was telling me like, hey, you might get sleepy, you might go to sleep. It's okay to go to sleep, because I was fighting it as long as I could, but I couldn't fight it anymore, and I was just in and out, in and out, in and out. I heard the music, but I did not hear the music at the same time. Like, when I'm telling you, I remember them. He had, the last thing I remember before Kaiser was being born was he had asked me, he was like, do you feel this? Like, he was pinching me to see if I could feel anything, and I was like, no, I can't feel anything. And then the anesthesiologist had told the doctor she's good, she can't feel anything. That's the last thing I remember.
Oh, I wasn't in the room for that.
No. And I did ask, I was like, so since we're about to start, can y'all go get him? Like, go get him. And there was like, oh yeah, they're gonna bring him in, don't worry. They just had to get themselves prepped first. So I was
like, why can I be in that way all prepped? I'm already fully dressed, you feel me? I had the thing on, the thing on, with the things on my feet. I had hella things on, and I still waited out there for 20, 30 minutes.
Yeah, and I'm over here like, we not starting until y'all go get him. Like, and then the anesthesiologist was like, don't worry, they're gonna bring him in. And that's exactly what they did. They brought him in, and then they started the procedure.
No, they was already starting when I was in there.
Well, they were like prepping, yeah, but they didn't do anything to me until you got in there.
I couldn't see. I wanted to see, but they had a tarp up. Man, that ain't fair.
I'm glad, because I didn't want to watch myself being cut open.
What if I wanted to become a doctor and that was my moment? They said, sir, do you want to join? Hell yeah. Give me the scalpel.
It's okay. But yeah, did the birth go exactly according to plan? No.
Are we happy with it?
Yeah, I got Kaiser out of it, so that's all that matters.
Hey, stop.
Okay, we got Kaiser
fight
out of it, but so that's all that really matters. But
you know, see, she's trying to make herself a single mother.
No, I'm not.
Even though I'm right here in the picture.
Anyways.
She said I did everything right.
Anyways, I definitely would say.
Be wrong. Look at me when I say this. Now let me stop, because I would get smacked. I get abused sometimes.
No, you don't. Anyways, stop. You gonna have people thinking I really abuse you.
Not by you, by this much.
Anyways,
and by him, he be kicking me.
Yeah,
before we leave, this man so advanced, bro. He be rolling on the side. He only a month old. Trying to roll. He be rolling over. He be trying to jump off our laps with his feet. I feel like he gonna be walking by next month. probably next 2. Or crawling by next month. And then walking by the next 2.
I don't know about that. I mean, when he doing tummy time, he sure be scooching, boy. We getting from point A to point B. I don't know where he be trying to go, but he be going. But yeah, I definitely, I was a do it natural type of girly. But I will say one thing: if they offer you the epidural, do it. If you could take them contractions, good for you. Like, you know, I'm not gonna ever try to persuade
so if you're
anyone.
again, you doing epidural again?
Oh yes, because I labored for 24 hours and I did not progress. And because that's one thing I forgot. They were telling me because my body did not progress past the 8, then if I was to give birth again, it would possibly, like, nine times out of 10, it would have to be another C-section, just because my body would not progress.
You want to shout out any nurses if they hit us?
All of them.
Shout out Maddie.
All of them. My nurse team was amazing. Like, all of them were just beautiful souls, beautiful people. Like, I had one nurse, her name was Ivy. She came in and she made her own little mixtures of lotion. She was over there rubbing my legs down for me because I couldn't move still. Like, it was all of them. I loved them all.
These was our favorite too.
They was dancing in a room with us. It was a nice experience. So
that glare is something different, but yeah.
It was beautiful. Like, all of them. Shout out to all the
something
whole
else I
team.
recommend. Get Polaroids.
Yes, get Polaroids. We got pictures of pretty much everything. It was.
I didn't know y'all could see it right here.
Yeah.
It's them right there. It won't focus. Yeah.
But yes, if y'all go to the hospital, if y'all are giving birth, Polaroids, just document the experience. It was a nice experience. It was beautiful. Like, my overall birth experience, 10 out of 10. Even though I labored for 24 hours, it was still nice. It was nice having my mom there. I'm not gonna lie, I be thinking about my birth story a lot. And sometimes I be like crying because I'm like, my mama was really there. Like, first of all, I called her the day. I'm like, hey, Mom.
That's what I meant. I had the thing on and then the thing on with the thing on.
My mom was really there. Like, I called her the day I was going into the hospital. Well, you spit it out, Stink.
Come on, man.
But I called her November 7th. I told her I was going into the hospital. She definitely cried. And she came up there when visiting hours were, she was up there as soon as visiting hours was open. She ain't leave. Visitors supposed to leave. She said she wasn't leaving. She was right there right after I got out of the C-section in the recovery room because he went to go meet Kaiser first, so he got to be in the NICU with him. But so while Trey was in there with Kaiser in the NICU, my mom was in there with me in the recovery room, and it was just a whole beautiful experience. Like, she talked me through a bunch of stuff. Trey did too. Like, if y'all just have people in there that's gonna support y'all through it, because it was a lot mentally for me. But having the people that I had, like my sister and Trey dancing, just, you know, making it fun.
Be goofy no matter what.
That's why I'm like, have people that's gonna make it fun for you, because it was a lot on my body. It really was, but it was nice. It was, the vibes were there. I will say that the vibes were definitely there. That was the one thing in our birth plan that went right. The vibes. Other than that,
I'm not gonna be what I'm being sad for. We still gonna get what we want at the end of the day. I'm gonna be happy. We just have to take a route. I'm gonna still be happy because it's still getting done. You still gonna be okay. We still gonna walk out together. Shit. Let's dance and be okay.
yeah. But yeah.
Even though I can't dance.
Anyways, that was it.
But I can sing.
That's it for this video. Stop. That's it for this video, guys. We'll see y'all in the next video. Let us know what you want to see next, and we will try our best to deliver.
Baby, oh.
Bye.
All right, TK.